Right boys, welcome to my first video on the channel. I thought I'd try and make my first video somewhat interesting. Well, you'd hope I do that with every video. But anyway, we're going to be doing the 25-20... Oh, shut up, mate.
I
think you can guess by the title. We're going to be doing the 25-26 season League One's teams, players. Jesus.
Really?
It's not a great start. Anyway, those teams, past and present players who have played in Europe's top three leagues. So obviously that consists of the Champions League, the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. AFC Wimbledon, Chris Gunter. Now AFC Wimbledon are three other players that have played in Europe, in Danny Sender, George Francombe and Alan Bennett. Now conveniently, in the last 30 seconds of the video, I haven't said if your club's got more than one player who's played in Europe. For them to qualify for this video, I'm just going to be picking the most notable player out of the lot, or who just played in the best competition. Barnsley, Ricardo Vaz T. Now compete with the likes of Conor Hourihane, who played in the Europa League for Aston Villa, and Martin Crane in the Europa League for Southampton. It's hard to beat Ricardo Vaz T playing in the Champions League at age 23 for Bolton Wanderers. Bolton, Ricardo Vaz T.
The first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
No, I'm sorry Ricky, I'm sure you're a lovely bloke, but Anelka, JJ, to be fair, I did say at the start of the video we'd only name one player for each team. Right, for Bolton, it's got to be two boys. I can't miss out Anelka or Okocha. And yeah, nothing more needs to be said on those two.
Blackpool, Charlie Adam. Having impressed for Blackpool in the Premier League between 2009 and 2011, Charlie Adam did in fact earn a move to Liverpool, where he played 9 times in the Europa League, compared to 12 times when he was at Rangers. Can I just say, apart from the fact he played for Stoke, Charlie Adam is the most Blackpool FC player out there. Like, does that make any sense? Bradford City, Robert Molinar. Robert Molinar played for Leeds United in the 1998-99 season in the UEFA Cup, now known as Europa League. Then the following season decided to move 20 minutes away and become a solid centre-half for Bradford for several years. I don't know if he actually moved 20 minutes away, but yeah. Moving on.
Burton Albion, Nigel Clough.
Nigel first joined Burton at the back end of his career as player manager, but then most recently taken up the full job of being manager. And Nigel did actually make 4 appearances in the UEFA Cup for Nottingham Forest while his dad was manager. Yep, nothing more needs to be said.
Cardiff City, John Toshak.
Now, in the 1967-68 season, their whole team could have been mentioned, getting to the semi-finals of the European Cup Winners' Cup, which now is the equivalent to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Cardiff is more than just a good night's out, eh? But purely for his goals, leadership and attacking play, John Toshak takes the main name here. Donny Rovers, El Hadj Diouf. Diouf made a total of 5 UEFA Champions League appearances for Liverpool in the 2002-03 season, before 6 years later joining the respective Doncaster Rovers. And did you know Diouf has won African Footballer of the Year in 2001 and 2002? You know, it's not too bad when the likes of Drogba and Okocha were kicking about and in the prime of their careers as well. Exeter City, you already know what it's going to be. We don't need to go into detail about how good the rise has been. Playing in League 2 for Exeter, now playing in the UEFA Champions League for Villa. What a rise. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say his name. Ollie Watkins, if you didn't know.
This is great banter.
Huddersfield Town, there can be no one other than Dennis Law. In 1968, whilst having serious knee problems, Dennis Law was still a part of the Man United team that won the European Cup for the first time, which is obviously the equivalent to the UEFA Champions League. What an achievement. Leyton Orient, Laurie Cunningham. So this is a big one that a lot of you won't know about, but Laurie Cunningham actually played for Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League in the 1980-81 season. They got to the final but unfortunately lost to Liverpool, but Laurie Cunningham scored 7 goals throughout the competition. Cunningham played for Orient between 1994 and 1997, but quickly sparked interest from West Bromwich Albion after impressing in the second division. Can I just take that back when I said that no one knows about this guy? He's probably the most famous guy at Orient. Lincoln City, the star boy Morgan Rogers. Rogers played a massive role at Lincoln City on loan in 2020-21 season from Man City, narrowly missing out on the playoffs that season and even playing with the likes of Brennan Johnson. However, he's gone on to bigger and better things, breaking records in the UCL, becoming the first player to score 2 goals in the opening 5 minutes of a game. Luton Town, James Justin. The Luton-born academy graduate played for Luton between the ages of 7 and 21 years of age before making the move to Leicester City in 2019. James Justin has played for Leicester for nearly 6 years now, and the best thing he's managed to do in Europe is get to qualifying stages of the Europa League in the 2020-21 season. Mansfield Town, Jacob Mellis. Probably the biggest player to be associated with what went wrong. Jacob Mellis was 19 years of age when he came on as a substitute in the UEFA Champions League game for Chelsea against MSK Zilina. Jacob Mellis has openly spoken about how drinking problems have affected his career. He was on £8,000 a week at 19 years of age at Chelsea. In 2023, this comes out. Yeah. Northampton Town,
Kyle Walker. In 2008, Walker was on loan at the Cobblers from Sheffield United at age 18. His impressive performances at the Cobblers meant that he jumped straight into the team next season at Sheffield United, which reached the playoff final at Wembley. Unfortunately, though, they didn't win, but for Walker, that earned him a move for Tottenham Hotspur the season after. I think we all know what kind of career he's had since then. Peterborough United, David Seaman. Yes, that came as a shock to me as well. David signed for £4,000 in August 1982 and later went on to make 106 appearances for the club. Of course, David was only a young lad at this point and far from his prime days. David went on to win multiple premierships and FA Cups, but in terms of Europe, the furthest he got was in the quarterfinals of the Champions League in the 2000-2001 season with Arsenal. Plymouth, Yannick Bolasie. Bolasie played 7 times in the Europa League for Sporting CP in the 2019-20 season and managed 1 goal and 1 assist out of 7 games. But that doesn't matter because we all know him from his time at Crystal Palace. What a player. Port Vale, Rhys Williams. Once a young prospect for Liverpool, Rhys Williams made 6 appearances in the UCL for Liverpool in the 2020-21 season. Now playing for Morecambe. Reading, Michael Elise. Rotherham, Emi Martinez. This seriously feels like one of them videos of like the top 10 players you never knew played for a certain club. But yeah, the World Cup winner and UEFA Champions League quarter-finalist actually played at Rotherham on the 20th of March 2015. Why is that an exact date? Because he had to go on an emergency loan. Let me just have a look who he was supposed to replace. This bloke, Adam Collin. Yeah. Stevenage, Teddy Sheringham. Listen to this. 21st of March 2015. Teddy Sheringham signs as the Stevenage manager but thinks, you know what, I've still got a bit about me. I'm 49 years of age, but I've won the Champions League. I'm one of the best goal scorers of all time. And Stevenage are only in League 2. What could possibly go wrong? No, seriously, he did register as a player. He didn't actually play, but it was just because their squad was so small. Just to pick up the numbers a bit, obviously he didn't play. Stockport County, Ricky Lambert. Ricky Lambert was sold from Macclesfield Town for a club record fee of £300,000 in 2002 to Stockport County. Fast forward 12 years and Ricky Lambert was playing in the Champions League for Liverpool in the 2014-15 season, managing 3 appearances and actually scoring a goal. Fair play. Wigan Athletic, Reece James. And now it feels like one of them videos where don't fall in love with a lone player. Nothing more needs to be said. Wycombe Wanderers, Jordan Ibe. Now, I think we've all heard about the career that Jordan Ibe has had, you know, the type of player he was, the young prospect he was, and just how it's gone downhill because of being stricken with injuries. But in his prime days, Jordan Ibe did play in the Europa League for Liverpool, making a total of 8 appearances. And that wraps it up, boys. I just want to say a massive thank you if you've got to the end of the video. Obviously, it's my first video on the channel, so any support shown will be massively appreciated. If this video does well, if it gets good attention, please comment down below what type of videos you want to see. Obviously, this channel is going to be EFL-based content. But yeah, see you in the next one.